The day I stumbled upon the town was like any other. I was driving aimlessly, lost in thought, when the road seemed to stretch endlessly. The familiar landscape transformed into an eerie fog, swallowing the surroundings. As I cautiously continued, the town materialized before me, as if conjured by some malevolent force. The sky above was a sickly shade of grey, casting an unsettling pallor over the deserted streets. The air was thick with an otherworldly silence, broken only by the distant whisper of the wind. An unsettling stillness hung in the air, intensifying the unease that gripped me. Despite its unnatural appearance, I couldn't resist the magnetic pull that drew me into the heart of the town. The buildings stood like sentinels, their windows vacant eyes staring into the void. I parked my car by the roadside, the engine's hum a stark contrast to the ominous quiet that enveloped the town. As I walked through the desolate streets, a chill ran down my spine. The houses seemed abandoned, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every creak of a rusty swing, every distant murmur of the wind felt like a sinister whisper, a secret shared only among the ghostly inhabitants of this spectral town. I stumbled upon a weathered sign that read, "Welcome to Everlost." The letters seemed to writhe, the words themselves a living entity. I shivered, sensing an unseen malevolence that permeated the very fabric of the town. The streets twisted and turned like a labyrinth, leading me deeper into the heart of this inexplicable nightmare. As I explored further, the sun sank beneath the horizon, casting long shadows that danced on the decaying facades of the buildings. The air grew colder, and an oppressive darkness enveloped the town, amplifying the sense of impending doom that clung to me like a second skin. A distant sound echoed through the alleyways, a haunting melody that seemed to seep from the very walls themselves. The spectral notes clawed at my sanity, a siren song luring me deeper into the darkness. I quickened my pace, my heart pounding in my chest as I turned corners and navigated the twisted maze of streets. I stumbled upon a dilapidated church, its once majestic spire now a skeletal finger pointing accusingly at the heavens. As I cautiously pushed open the heavy door, a gust of cold wind greeted me, carrying with it the stench of decay. The interior was cloaked in darkness, broken only by the feeble light filtering through the shattered stained glass windows. A guttural moan echoed throughout the cavernous space, and I froze. The shadows seemed to writhe, revealing glimpses of grotesque figures that lurked in the corners. The air became thick with a palpable malevolence as unseen eyes bore into me. I fled from the church, my breaths coming in ragged gasps. The town seemed to close in around me, its streets twisting and contorting like a nightmare brought to life. Panic seized me as I realized that there was no way out, no escape from this accursed place that defied all logic. As I ran through the ever-shifting streets, the town itself seemed to conspire against me, an eldritch force intent on keeping its secrets. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of voices that echoed in my mind, driving me to the brink of madness. In the suffocating darkness, I stumbled upon a square bathed in an otherworldly glow. In the center stood a decrepit fountain, its waters black as the void. The air buzzed with an unearthly energy, and I felt a cold hand clasp around my heart. Before me materialized a figure, its features obscured by shadows. A voice, both haunting and melodic, spoke from the depths of the darkness. "You have trespassed into the realm of Everlost, where time stands still and the forgotten wander eternally." As the figure stepped into the feeble light, I saw the hollow eyes and twisted features of the townspeople. trapped in a perpetual nightmare. I screamed, the sound lost in the haunting symphony that surrounded me, as the town itself seemed to consume me, pulling me into its nightmarish embrace. And then, as suddenly as it appeared, the town vanished. The fog lifted, the sun broke through the clouds, and I found myself standing alone on a deserted road. The weight of the horror I had witnessed clung to me like a curse, a chilling reminder that some secrets are better left undiscovered. Ever since that fateful day, I've been haunted by the memory of the mysterious town that appears on no map, a place where the boundary between reality and nightmare is forever blurred. The town of Everlost, a spectral enigma that lurks in the shadows, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to cross its threshold.